All right, it's time for What's Bugging You. As we get closer to spring, roaches and ants seem to be coming out of the woodworks and into our homes. Truly Nolan Pest Control's Kevin Dismore is here to discuss why these two pests are being found around Jacksonville and what you can do to keep them at bay. Sir, good to see you again.
Thanks, David. Love being here.
Oh man, it is our pleasure having you here. And in full disclosure, I am a customer, man, and I can tell you right now that they do a fantastic job, so make sure that you go ahead and hire my guy, Kevin. We're just going to do that right away.
Thank you, David. Appreciate that.
So, you know, while we know that cockroaches can mean different things, typically speaking, right? So what are the main types of roaches that homeowners can find in their home?
Sure.
And we're in Florida, so they're big.
We're in Florida, they're big. So we'll just break it down into two categories.
This is not a real one.
Not a real roach, not a real roach. We have 2 different species, or 10 different species of roaches here that we deal with, but 2 different types.
Okay.
The large roaches,
Yeah.
the small roaches. Small roaches being the German roaches. So German roaches can't live outside. They're brought in from grocery stores, schools, hospitals, yes, wherever we're in contact with people. They're hitchhikers. The big roaches come from outside.
Okay.
So those are the 2 main: big roach, little roach.
Whoa, and the big roaches, like I remember when I was a kid, we had we lived on the south side, and there was a wood shed in the back.
Yes.
And like we first moved in there, my dad tore that thing down right away, but I go out there, and there was still like big sheets of wood, and I pulled that thing, and it was just everything crawled.
Yes.
And it's
Yes.
freaking out right in the house. Dad's like, that's got to go.
Yeah, and that happens all the time. They live behind the walls. People don't see them. Attic, and then you see 1 or 2, and I just have a couple. You never just have a couple. You never have a couple.
So if you see 1 or 2, you have.
They're either living right outside the house in your shrubbery, or they're inside the attic or the walls around moisture.
Okay, so what makes a home in general inviting for a roach, and then. You know, what is it that they do that can cause disease, right? Because they can cause disease,
oh, yeah.
right?
Well, they spread disease. So the first thing, what they can do to prevent it, moisture. You know, I could give a list of things you can do to prevent it, but the number one thing is reducing moisture around and in your home.
Gotcha.
If you keep a dry area, insects can't survive.
That's right.
So
there's nothing in there.
No water, they can't survive.
Gotcha.
And then as far as the bacteria, the biggest threat to us is they walk through their own poop. So they get bacteria on their legs, and then they walk across your nice clean kitchen counter where you're about to prepare food.
Yeah.
So that's the number one way they spread bacteria and disease, but also their sheds. As they shed their skin, their sheds will enter the air, and it can not only cause asthma, but cause people that have asthma to have an asthma attack or other respiratory issues. No. So nasty creatures, we don't want them in our house.
That's a no-no, Kevin.
Yes, absolutely.
That's just
Yes.
just gave me the heebie-jeebies. Shedding like roach, like, oh, come on, that's bad. Okay, so let's talk real quick. I want to go back to the moisture thing, right? Because one of the things that you guys talked about when you guys came out to my place was that the crawl space was really dry, right? It was like super, super, super dry.
You got a great crawl space.
And so that keeps things a lot of at bay, right? Because like whether you notice or not, like everything needs water.
Yes,
right?
Everything has to have water to survive. If you just extending your drainage pipes away from the house, anything that's running moisture off your home, get it away from the house. Get it as far away from the house as possible. And of course, any inside leaks. Like real bad infestations we go to are usually people that don't realize they have a roof leak or a wall leak. And then just like you said, you open that wall and the roaches went running. The roaches don't need to come out. They eat their own fecal matter. They eat whatever they can find. They don't need to come live in your kitchen, unfortunately. So if you see any signs, just call a professional and get it assessed.
Yes. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so to keep roaches at bay, prevention is arguably the key before the pest control professionals are needed, like you. So what are the 2 or 3 things that homeowners can do to make everything, cool, right?
Yeah.
So like we talked about the one, let's get the water away.
Get the water away, get the debris away from the house. Don't stack things against your home. Don't leave, and I know leaves come off trees. I've had to rake my yard 4 times already this year, so I know it's a pain, but keep the leaves away, the sticks away, anywhere where they can hide, and just keeping a generally clean area around the home.
Okay, so let's switch to some ants real quick. So what are some of the types of species that homeowners can deal with?
So we have a ton of ants here. We have up to 16 species of ants here in Jacksonville. So again, breaking it down into 2 just different categories. We have large ants and we have very tiny ants. Very tiny ants are the ones you usually see in your kitchen, trailing on your counters. You don't want to spray those with Raid. Every time you spray them, they're multi-queen colonies, so they bud into new colonies. You're creating new colonies every time you spray them. So
if you kill 1, 2 will kill.
Oh yes, yes. And people don't realize. So they're spraying with Raid, and by the time we get there, there's 14, 15 colonies throughout the house. And then we've got the large, this old stump right here. I don't know if the camera can catch it, but this is damaged from carpenter ants. So carpenter ants are a pretty severe ant to have. A lot of ants, they bite, they sting. People can be allergic, it can hurt, but carpenter ants can actually destroy your structure. So if you see any signs of carpenter ants, you'd want to get professionals out.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are the professional. So if folks have any of these issues, where do we go?
So you can call us directly at 904-737-5050 or go to our website at jacksonvilletrulynolan.com.
That's awesome. Kevin, thanks you so very much, man.
Appreciate
you are the best. I implore everyone out here to hire my guy, Kevin. He's going to keep your house all tip-top shape, keep all those bugs and funky guys away from you. But stick around, guys. We'll have so much more First Coast Living after the break.